Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we try to get past the surface noise and really explore what makes something tick. Today, we're tackling a place you probably feel like you know pretty well, Florida. I mean, when you picture the Sunshine State, it's easy, right? Endless beaches, maybe some theme park rides. And look, you're not wrong to picture that stuff.
Not at all. But what our sources really bring out is how that surface view just barely scratches the surface of Florida's actual human culture.
Yeah.
It's incredibly vibrant, complex. What's really fascinating, I think, is how Florida works is this like dynamic crossroads. It's a unique mix where, ancient history is right there alongside super modern innovation. Tropical vibes meet this pioneering spirit.
Exactly. And that's why we're here, right? Our mission for this deep dive is to get beyond the postcard image. We want to really uncover what defines Florida's soul, which seems to be, well, constantly evolving. How has its unique position really forged a culture that's frankly unlike anywhere else in the U.S.? We're talking about a place where, dreams literally aim for the stars and where you might hear Spanish just as much as English. Let's really unpack this. It's a story of constant change.
Yeah, to really get that unique feel of Florida's culture, you kind of have to start way back, further back than most people probably realize. Our sources keep pointing to Florida being home to St. Augustine. That's the oldest continuously lived-in European settlement in the U.S., founded way back in 1565.
Yeah.
And that's not just a trivia answer. It marks something profound about continuity here.
Right. And critically, way before any Europeans showed up, Florida was home to diverse Native American tribes. You have the Seminole, the Timucua, their history, their resilience, it's woven deep into the land itself. So you've got these centuries of, first encounters, exploration, conquest, adaptation. How does that shape Florida now? Does it make it always look backwards, or is it a foundation for something else?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Because all that layered history from indigenous roots through European conquest and then wave after wave of migration, it seems to have forged a kind of unique resilience in Florida's society. And it's not just about weathering hurricanes, It's about this continuous cultural mixing. Each new group, each new story, it doesn't just erase what came before. It kind of subtly reshapes the collective identity. It creates this really fascinating sort of negotiation between tradition and constant change. It's a depth that gets missed if you only see the beaches.
Yeah. That negotiation you mentioned, that brings us right to one of the most obvious things about modern Florida. It's incredibly vibrant cultural mix, especially somewhere like Miami. It really feels like a global city, but right here in the U.S.
Absolutely. The sources definitely paint Miami as more than just a city. It's like a bustling gateway to the Americas. It's a place where, the air buzzes with Spanish just as much as English. You hear salsa, merengue. The energy is just something else.
It's amazing. And it's not just one single Latin influence, is it? I mean, obviously the Cuban exile community brought so much, shaped so much, but there are also these incredibly diverse influences from all over the Caribbean, South America. Does that intense mixing lead to, I don't know, distinct subgroups, maybe even tensions? Or is it mostly just a harmonious blend that creates that unique Florida melting pot?
That's a sharp point. While the overall vibe is definitely melting pot, the sources do suggest distinct flavors each community brings. For example, the Cuban American influence coming from a very specific history gives Miami a particular kind of maybe political edge and an entrepreneurial drive. Meanwhile, other groups, say from Colombia or Haiti or wherever, they bring their own unique foods, music, ways of organizing their communities, so maybe less tension and more just a dynamic interplay where every thread adds richness. And this isn't just Miami either.
No, you're right. It goes way beyond Miami. Florida really is this demographic mosaic. Okay, yes, it's a magnet for retirees chasing the sun, but it's also a huge draw for immigrants from, everywhere. And you have these really vibrant, long-established communities, too.
Exactly. And you see it in such different ways. Like the big Greek festival every year in Tarpon Springs, it's celebrating a deep heritage generations old. Or you think about the amazing Jewish delis in South Florida, right?
Yeah.
That speaks to a really significant, influential community. And then just the sheer number of fresh seafood markets everywhere. That reflects the coastal identity, but also all the different fishing cultures that exist. This constant flow of new people, new traditions, it genuinely creates an incredibly dynamic cultural scene. It affects everything: food, music, social values. Florida really is like a mini version of our globalized world.
And that dynamism, that energy, it's also super clear when you think about Florida's connection to, imagination, especially with the theme parks. You mentioned that pioneering spirit earlier, and this whole sector feels like a perfect example.
Well, for sure. Florida is basically synonymous with fantasy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, all the others. They pull in millions of people. But they're not just places for rides. Our sources frame them more as these huge canvases for human imagination, for constant innovation, storytelling. They're always pushing the limits of entertainment tech.
Yeah, what strikes me is how that whole industry seems to have fostered this culture of like boundless creativity across the state. If you think about early Disney Imagineering, that was revolutionary stuff back then. And the kind of tech they're developing now for entertainment, that focus on tech, on making things magic, it doesn't just stay inside the park gates, does it? It feels like it spills out, influencing the state's identity as this hub for entertainment, for making dreams real.
And that spirit, that pushing boundaries, it goes beyond fantasy too. It moves into, hard science exploration, which positions Florida as this real launch pad for the future. Think about the Space Coast Cape Canaveral Kennedy Space Center. For decades, that's been right at the forefront of human exploration. It's, literally where dreams lift off into space.
That mix of like pioneering science and cutting edge tech really does make Florida feel unique. It's where past, present, future all seem to crash together, sets it apart from maybe some other southern states. But it's not only rockets now, right? There are these newer waves of innovation too.
Exactly. Beyond space, our sources are highlighting these booming tech industries that are changing cities like Tampa and Orlando. These places are attracting really smart people, fostering innovation. Some people are even calling it Silicon Beach. It's just another layer being added to Florida's identity as it keeps evolving.
Okay, so we've got this incredible mix. Ancient roots, a vibrant global culture, this boundless imagination, and a look towards the future. But there's another huge factor shaping everything, literally surrounding it all, Florida's unique landscape.
That's so true. Yeah, our sources really emphasize how much of Florida's culture is deeply shaped by its unique subtropical environment. Just take the Everglades National Park. It's vast, mysterious. It's a wetland ecosystem, totally unlike anywhere else on the planet. And it naturally fosters a specific way of life, certain traditions, a whole mindset adapted to its challenges.
It's like a constant negotiation with the wild, isn't it? Living there means you have to understand and respect nature's power. We're talking diverse wildlife, sometimes dangerous wildlife, like gators, panthers, and then, of course, the constant threat of hurricanes looming. What does that constant interaction with such a powerful, sometimes dangerous, natural world do to the people who live there?
Well, it seems to create a really resilient community, resourceful, deeply connected maybe, in a way that's different. This close relationship with a wild tropical landscape, it defines a way of living that's quite unique in the U.S. context. It forces people to adapt, to have this profound respect for nature. It fosters a collective identity that feels both very local and also maybe globally aware of environmental changes.
So as we wrap up this really fascinating deep dive, it just becomes so clear that Florida's human culture is, well, it's a story of constant transformation, incredible diversity, from its ancient past land of first encounters to its future role in space, from that pulsing Latin heartbeat to the limitless imagination of the theme parks. Florida really is where sunshine meets innovation, where tradition dances with progress.
Yeah, it's a place that just fundamentally resists easy labels, doesn't it? Always evolving, always reshaping itself.
Indeed. It really leaves you thinking, doesn't it? What does it actually mean for a place to be a crossroads when its identity is constantly shifting with every new wave of people, every new idea, every innovation? What part of Florida's soul stays constant when everything else seems to be in flux? Something to definitely ponder as you think about the Sunshine State.